Hey, hello, how are you? Welcome to Road Odyssey. I am Burke. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And if you like my videos, please like and subscribe down below. And with that, let's get started. Hey, as seen from the thumbnail, yes, my wife and I unloaded the 2016 Jaguar F-Type. It's a V6 supercharged, just the prior generation. Really cool car. Loved it very much. But we unloaded that, my 2022 GR86, traded them both for a single nice red 2024 GR86. Now, this was kind of an agonizing decision, to say the least, especially for my wife. She really loved the Jaguar. So hopefully this was a good decision, not just for us, but maybe in your eyes as well. So to begin the story, I first would like to impress upon you that the 2016 Jaguar F-Type has been super fun, versatile, and just great for my wife. We bought the Jag back in 2021, January 2021, but before buying it, we'd looked at least 9 other cars. My wife had already had a C5 2000 Corvette, and we called it Rattle. It needed a lot of work, but she really liked that car, so we wanted to unload that car, and we gave it to a friend, a war vet. So anyway, she liked that car. We knew we wanted something sporty. We looked at a Maserati Gran Turismo, Mercedes SLK, Honda 2000, a Cadillac XLR. Let's see, I'm forgetting a few here. A BRZ and a Porsche 911. So after driving and test fitting my wife into these various cars, she fit and enjoyed the Jaguar pretty well. So she really fell in love with it. Now, my reasoning for trading in the Jaguar was this. The Jaguar had begun over the past year or so showing signs of electrical issues, something that they're kind of known for. I knew that when we bought the car back in January of 2021, that the Jag would only last without major repairs for just a few more years, maybe 4 years or so, which has been pretty accurate. I just bought it because my wife loved it. We replaced the OEM alternator twice, actually. Had to go out and get a $2,500 install of a Jaguar alternator. Pretty darn expensive for an alternator. And then we also replaced the O2 sensor. There was a parasitic drain occurring over the last, 4 months or so. And we were fairly certain, after a lot of repairs and diagnostics, hooking up specific electric devices to really, sense where this drain was from. But basically, it's a whole nother situation, but it's repaired now and it's fine. By the way, the repairs were done by Precision Auto here in Paris, Texas. That place is owned by James McNeil, a really cool dragster guy. Actually, a lot of the people at his shop out on 271 on, just north of Loop 286. Brett, super cool guy, very knowledgeable. And then Neil Swafford, of whom I've got a Mad Max dragster tuning video coming out for him. But these guys at Precision Auto are fantastic. And so they got the Jaguar all fixed up. But my wife and I were very nervous about, it's like every time we go out to the car and, you know, hit that start button or even unlocking the doors, it's like, oh, please, God, let this car be running. So, yeah, we had special thoughts about the Jaguar after all of this. So, knowing that I was going to let the Jaguar go soon, I went to Paris Toyota, took the wife up there. They had a Corolla, the hatchback Corolla, really nice car. It was used, and my wife drove it around a little bit. She's like, not really. It's like, really? The Corollas are really good cars. But anyway, so we knocked that off of our list of possibilities immediately. Now, since we are Corvette people, at least I am, she is a little bit as well. There was a C7 Corvette at Paris Ford, but it had been recognized perhaps after I texted and communicated with other people throughout the whole area. We all kind of felt like that car might have been used and abused. So we thought, nope, not going to get the C7 Corvette. Plus, that was more money than my wife and I really wanted to spend. So we started thinking other thoughts. So now with the Jag fixed, we were just, like I said, too nervous about keeping it. The Jag had to go. We got very serious about looking for a replacement just recently. I started looking for the next batch of cars that I thought my wife would really enjoy. We had talked a little about either another sports car or a sport SUV. Our choices turned into being another GR86, maybe one of the Priuses, Corolla, again, a little bit, just double checking on that one. C8 Corvette, the tracks are interesting nowadays. The Sonata and the Elantra, the inline series, those are fantastic cars. We agreed we were not totally ready for a sedan, so the Hyundais, the Sonata and Elantras, we just kind of took those off the list for various reasons. So anyway, I had gone to Holiday Chevrolet out in Whitesboro, Texas, to get the C8 Z06 transmission filter changed. Got a whole video on that escapade. While there, my favorite salesperson at Holiday Chevrolet, Tim, showed me around the tracks, and I really liked it. The looks, the displays, you know, gauge clusters, all that. The interior was nice, and the pricing is really good for those cars. Such a great value. It really is. My wife drove a Trax out here in Paris at the Paris Chevy shop that we don't really support very well. That's kind of why we go to Holiday out in Whitesboro, far away. So anyway, but Chance was the salesperson at Paris Chevrolet, did a fantastic job. Thank you, Chance. And we really liked the car. It ran well, and everything about it was really nice. Super, super simple car. And so that was really, really at the top of our list. Now, we were not completely sold on an electric car. So even though we really liked the Prius, we just took them off our list. Again, sort of a sedan car, and we didn't want to go quite that big yet. Even the Trax is smaller to a degree than the Prius. But the Prius or Prii. They're really fantastic cars. Like them a lot. Anyway, the last car for my wife to make the decision on was the GR86. Now, in the past, I'd had a Neptune Blue 2019 GT86, and I loved it, which is why I ended up coming back. Once the new generation came out with a little more power and oomph to them, I got the 2022. It was the White Halo GR86, all of which I've got these in prior videos as well. Both have been bulletproof, extremely fun, great fuel economy, good looking, simple, versatile. Speaking of versatile, you may think this is funny, but I actually moved my house, part of my house, not all the big stuff, but all the boxes. Man, you can cram the 86 full of a lot of stuff. Even helped a friend move into his new house. Anyway, also Home Depot trips, bags and bags of cement blocks, lumber, not big wide lumber, but lumber, guttering, small plants for the yard, stuff like that. So the 86, you can cram a lot into them, so they're pretty versatile. They are a workhorse. I really felt like the power of the GR86 would be better than the Trax, especially because my wife and I really, really enjoy hitting the mountain roads and the back roads and all that kind of stuff. Not that we drive fast all the time, but we like to have the assurance of that power on these long trips. Now, since we didn't really want to go for the Trax, now we have to move into, well, what is our financial situation? What are our money decisions that we have to make? Well, money decisions are always fun. So continuing this story with what I think about our finances, I've spent a lot. Now, we're not super rich, so I've spent a good 25 grand this year so far. Not on me, just on other people, and then the 25 or 3 grand for the Jaguar. That's it. So I've spent a lot of money this year. I did not want to spend a lot on getting a new car for my wife. Therefore, yeah, a lot of money. So while the Jaguar was gone for a total of at least about 6 weeks getting all these repairs done to it, with my Z06 being a backup car in a pinch, we figured out that we only need one car. My wife does some church driving, groceries, and a little bit of knocking around, and I just go out to the car shops, maybe some car meets and car shows and stuff. So we can easily work together. We just need one car. So we decided, well, let's see if we can trade in the Jaguar and my GR86 for one car, and that being the 2024 GR86. So I got a basic value of my 2022 GR86. It seemed to be worth about $17,000 for a trade-in, maybe a little less. I wasn't over expectant of a lot of money. Cracked windshield, a dent in the A-pillar. The front end was beat to high heaven. Now, it didn't look terrible, but it to me, it was beat up. Some donks and dings here and there, from rocks and whatnot. Just, we got gravel trucks, sand trucks all up and down where we live. So it's hard to avoid that kind of stuff. So anyway, basically, I wasn't expecting a lot for my GR86. Just about, like I said, maximum 15 grand. I thought maybe 17 if I was lucky. So for the Jaguar F-Type V6 supercharged, I had zero expectations on that. I thought 10 or 15 grand for a trade-in. Looking out on the internet for that, I saw, could probably swing 15 grand on a trade-in on that car. So with the sale price of the GR86 at the wonderful Toyota of Paris, the new one, the 2024, it was priced at 33 grand basically, and it was slightly discounted because we're in this new pricing time period for, gee, wonder why. Anyway, I thought I might have at least 30 grand between the Jaguar and the in my previous 86 here. So trading in the two cars, I made sure with Clint, hey, can we trade in two? He said, yep, trade in two cars at once. But I thought that would leave me with 3 grand, if not 5 or 7 grand, that I would still owe Toyota if I did this dual car trade-in for the one new 86. So what ended up happening was my GR86, the 2022, ended up getting valued at about 17 grand or a little more. The 2016 Jaguar got valued at maybe 15 grand or a little more also. Together, they were at 33,532, I believe, if I recall right, somewhere in that ballpark. So actually Toyota's offer to do the two cars for the one car, that trade-in, they would have ended up owing me $750. Now, what I did with that $750 credit was I just said, you know what? I'm happy, and maybe I'm too nice, but I said, look, I've got performance exhaust and performance catback exhaust. I got the header. I got the Tomei header and the MBRP catback exhaust. So I said, if y'all swap back on my original OEM exhaust and give me those two performance parts back, we could call it even if you want to. I don't really care. So I said, yeah, that's a good plan, no big deal. And then when we went to pay for the car, as it turns out, they gave me a 4-year, everything inclusive and exclusive warranty, a 4-year warranty for at least $1,000 off. So I really feel like, okay, maybe I lost a few grand here and there, but oh my God, just going in and getting it done and unloading that Jaguar, even though, you know what? Now that we unloaded the Jaguar, it's probably going to last for another 500 years with no problems. Anyway, so I don't know. I'm happy. I'm going to call it a win. So for those of you who are really good at wheeling and dealing, yeah, maybe I lost a few grand. I don't care. Especially if, selling the Jag and the older 86 to an individual, I could have made $1. I just didn't feel like it. Had to get the Jaguar off my hands. So anyway, been going through this for 9 months. I am tired. You can kind of see bags under my eyes. So anyway, I want to move on in life. For me, I think I did fine. And, I want to really want to thank Clint at Toyota of Paris, a super cool guy, really fun to talk to. And hey, Clint, thank you a ton. You are marvelous. And Toyota of Paris, probably the #1 best car dealership in the Paris, Texas area. So thumbs up to them. Really appreciate that. So this brings me to the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you can glean a little bit out of it. Like, hey, you can trade in 2 cars for one. Just be smart about it. Know the value of your car or cars. And don't get taken. Don't get ripped off. Just remember, be very careful. So with that, please relax. Take it easy. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe down below, like and subscribe, all that good garbage. Oh, and view. Viewing videos is huge in the YouTube world. So anyway, with that, please relax, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.